Okay. Happy Friday. Welcome to class. My name is Ellen. We are going to start a little bit differently today. We're going to come down onto the mat. And I actually want you guys to start laying down on your chest and your belly. So nice and slow, make your way down to the mat. And I would like you to stack your palms, your hands together. And you're going to lay your forehead on top of your hands here. And we are just going to relax and take a couple of deep breaths in this position. Now, if you find that this is maybe a little uncomfortable for your shoulders, you can take your arms down by your side instead. Maybe turn your head to one side if you like. So find something that's sort of comfortable here. And just allow your body to relax. Allow your body to feel heavy and melt into the mat here. Noticing how you are feeling this Friday morning. So just take a few more breaths in this position. You can have your forehead resting on your hands, or you can have those arms down by your side. But making sure to keep that neck nice and long in whichever position you're in. Allowing your body and your muscles to feel heavy into the floor or the mat below you. So we'll take one more deep breath here. Now we're going to go ahead and slide those hands underneath our shoulders. We're going to go ahead and pull our shoulders down and back. So we're not lifting off the mat quite yet. I just want you to engage those shoulder blades and those muscles of the back here. So squeezing your shoulder blades together as if you're about to lift up into baby cobra, but not yet. Just squeeze and pull shoulders down away from your ears. And then go ahead and release those muscles and just sort of let them fold and fall forward. So let's do that 2 more times. I want you to pull back, squeeze your shoulders together. Maybe you lift up just an inch, but we're not actually pressing up just yet into baby cobra. Just pull those shoulder blades together and then go ahead and release, let them fall forward. And then one more time, just the shoulder blades, squeeze them together. Draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Take one more breath here and then exhale, release. So now let's come into a full baby cobra. So this time you're pressing into the floor. Inhale, lift up. We squeeze those shoulder blades together once again. And maybe just lift up a few inches. And then exhale, let's lower back down. So let's try that 2 more times. Just being mindful of your back. So again, inhale, we squeeze and lift. Don't worry about how high you get. And then exhale, lower. We'll do it 1 more time. Inhale, lift. Draw those shoulders away from your ears. And then exhale, lower. So now let's move up to our forearms. So now we're going to stay lifted in sort of this extended cobra position. So elbows under those shoulders. Arms are straight out in front of you. And let's just hang out here for a couple of breaths, starting to wake up our back. This may or may not feel a little bit uncomfortable. So if it becomes too much, you can just slide those arms out to your sides a little bit and do a gentle lift. If not, try to match what I'm doing here on my screen, keeping that head up. We'll just be here for 2 more breaths. Waking up the spine, and then 1 more breath. And then very slowly, come on down. So now let's all take those arms down by our side with our palms up. You're going to turn your head to the right. Take your ear to the mat and just take a couple breaths here. Notice your shoulders rolling forward as we relax them here. Getting a little neck stretch. And then inhale, center, exhale, turn your cheek to the other side. So now dropping that right ear to the mat or the floor. Allowing the shoulders to roll forward. And then slowly come back up to the center. Let's go ahead and tuck those toes, hands under their shoulders again. This time we're pressing up to a tabletop. So take your time, press yourselves up. Nice and slow, shifting that weight. So we're taking our hips right on top of our knees. We're going to place those hands right under our shoulders. So nice cat-cow here on this Friday morning. Inhale, lifting the chest, but allowing that belly to drop to the mat. And then exhale, like an angry Halloween cat. We're going to round the spine and pull our chin into our chest. And we will cycle through this a few times. Inhale and exhale. So nice lower back stretch. Taking a few breaths. And as you stretch up, imagine you're sort of lifting away from the mat as you go into that cat. And last one here. So let's start knees wide first. We're going to do this two different ways. Knees wide, toes together, sit back into that child's pose. So holding this child's pose, feeling the stretch in the low back, but also maybe in the hips. And just walking those hands out to the top of your mat. Allowing your head to feel heavy in between your arms. So this is a nice place to come to whenever you need a break during class today, during our 50-minute practice today. And an inhale takes us back up to our tabletop. So we're going to try our child's pose just a little bit differently. I want you to bring those knees back together so they're right under the hips rather than taking them wide. So knees closer in, and then go ahead and sit back into your heels. And notice if that feels a little different. Hold that there. So with the knees closer, you might feel this a little more in your low back as opposed to your hips. One way isn't better than the other. Just sort of checking out different ways to stretch and how that feels on our bodies this morning. And let's slowly bring ourselves back up as we inhale here. And then exhale. Let's bring those hands a little closer to the top. We're going to come right into that nice downward facing dog, maybe our first one of the day. So take a nice big inhale, tuck those toes under, and exhale, bring those hips up and back. Go ahead and pedal out your heels, walk your dog, and press your chest towards your thighs. Take whatever variations here you want. So maybe moving your hips a little bit. Notice how I'm sort of rotating while I'm in my down dog. All right, so let's do that for a couple of breaths. I'm just gonna come up and make sure everyone's doing okay as we start class this morning. Excellent. So nice down dog. And an option for your down dog is on your forearms rather than doing this on your hands. Couple more breaths here, looking good. Oh, good morning, Jessica, Joanne. We got everyone on the call here. Looking great, guys. Anna, awesome. Kelly. Let's go ahead and press our chest towards our thighs to really get that big stretch for our shoulders. Relax your head. I want you to nod your head yes. Shake your head no. Just let it go. Let's think of rolling our biceps, our arms closer in towards the center of our body. Bring those shoulders down and away from your ears. One more breath here. And let's go ahead and bring those feet together. We're going to work right into our hips. So our next inhale, our right leg lifts off the floor. And as we exhale, we're going to bend that knee and bring it to the top of our mat, maybe with a little assistance using your hand. Go ahead and drop that back knee. Untuck that toe. Let's lift our chest. Inhale, reaches those arms up. Exhale, we hold. So just working through that left hip flexor. Hold this here. You can come into that cactus arm pose instead of arms up for your shoulders if you'd like. So we're all going to come into cactus in just a moment here. Take one more breath, inhale, and then exhale. Let's all find that cactus pose. We're almost like goal post with the arms here. Oops, falling over. So just bending those elbows, right? Opening up through the chest. We're going to take a little bit of an arch and a lean back here. So inhale, you're going to lift that chest. Take your head up. Challenge your gaze to look up. And then exhale, let's come back to the center. So just a little back bend there if you're feeling comfortable to do so. It is a little tricky with balance. We'll try it one more time. So inhale, we lift, and then exhale, come back. So you notice my back bend is very small. Now let's go ahead and slowly place those hands down on either side of our foot. Okay, I'm just gonna sort of move our hips here side to side, wake up our hips for our practice this morning. Go ahead and walk your foot out towards the edge of your mat. Take that hand inside. So now you have both hands inside. We're just gonna rock forward and back. And here you have the option of maybe using some blocks if those hands don't quite make the mat. All right, let's go ahead and sit back and straighten out this front leg. Bring your toes towards your nose. Again, you can have your hands on your hips. That's a little bit easier, or take your hands to the mat here. So straighten out that front leg. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to shift it forward, and we're going to do that one more time. So feeling free to grab a pillow or use a wall here for balance. Take it back. Flex. So I'm using the wall here, but keeping my chest up. Back flat. Inhale, and then last time, exhale. We find that hip stretch. All right, let's go ahead and tuck that back toe under, take the hands to the mat, and we're gonna step this outside foot back to meet our other foot. Down dog. So let's do the same thing on the other side. Stay right where you're at. Go ahead and lift that left leg up, inhale. Exhale, bend that knee. Go ahead and walk it through. Bring it to the top of your mat. Drop that bottom knee. Lift your chest, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hold. So now pressing through that left hip flexor, making sure that back foot is nice and relaxed and flat. So while we're here, let's practice on turning on those core muscles, tucking your hips under slightly, and almost think of like stitching your rib cage together. Inhale here, exhale, we bend our elbows, come into that cactus. So if you'd like that back bend, lifting up through the chest, let's try that here. Inhale, we lift up. We take our head up, and then exhale, we come back. So again, just be mindful of the back. One more time, just an extra challenge if you'd like to take it. Inhale, we lift, squeezing those shoulder blades together, and then exhale, come back to center. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and slowly take our hands down on either side of our foot, working through this hip, moving side to side, and maybe it's a small movement. That's okay. Walk that foot out towards the edge of the mat and take that hand inside. So now you have both hands inside of that foot, working through that hip. And then inhale takes us back to straighten out that front leg. Maybe hands on the hips, nice and tall, or maybe hands on the floor. Hold it here for one more breath. Remember, toes towards your nose, working through those calves and hamstrings. And exhale, we push back into this hip flexor stretch. So one more time, we bring it back. Inhale, straighten out that front leg. And then exhale, take it forward. Great, nice job. Go ahead and tuck that back toe, hands on the mat. We step on back to our downward facing dog. We're gonna get ready to come up to standing. So inhale, we bend those knees. Exhale, we walk those feet to the top of the mat. We find that nice forward fold. And then inhale, we bring those arms up. Big deep breath, palms come together, and exhale. Let's lower. So let's start to get a little bit warmer. We're gonna go through a chair pose since it is one of the last days of October, Squat-tober. So we're gonna go through a similar sequence we did last week with a little bit of a balance challenge. I'll give you guys modifications, work at your own pace, okay? So inhale, let's lift up nice and tall. Exhale, we're gonna float it down. Just let it all go right there. Inhale, find a nice halfway lift. So here we're squeezing those shoulder blades together, just like we did in that warm up when we were on the mat laying down. So pull those shoulder blades together, find that nice flat back. We will need this towards the end when we come into a balance pose. So practice it here, and then exhale, it's lower. Let's find our first chair pose. So big toes, knees together, inhale, hips drop, exhale, those arms reach up. So arms can be totally extended like mine. Maybe it's cactus, maybe it's hands in prayer to relax those shoulders this morning. So whatever you'd like. But either way, you're imagining there's a chair underneath you and we are sitting in it. So hold this here, warming up those legs. As looking good, keep the shoulders down, chest up. Perfect. One more breath. And then inhale, we're gonna stand up nice and tall, bring those arms up. And then exhale, let's go ahead and step right back to warrior one. So right foot steps back. Keep those arms extended, interlace your fingers, extend your thumb and your pointer finger, and hold your warrior one. So the modification for the arms in each pose will always be this cactus, or maybe just simply hands on your hips. So let's keep that back leg nice and straight. Front knee is slightly bent. Hips are facing the front. Good. One more breath in this warrior one. We're gonna get ready for triangle. So inhale, straighten that front leg. Exhale, release the arms down. Excellent. So nice and strong here. Legs are pretty straight. Inhale, reach forward. Hips go in the opposite direction, right? And exhale. Remember that it's sort of a side crunch with our triangle. So start first with that side crunch. Bring your rib cage down to your hip. And then start add the arms here. Start to add that twist through your center, through your shoulder, and then eventually through the chest here. So take a few breaths. Try to get that top arm, that wrist to stack right on top of your shoulder here. Straighten out the legs. So hold this here for a few more breaths. I just want to see it. Okay, so maybe that bottom hand is on your knee, maybe it's reaching down towards your ankle. Perfect. Oh, you guys look so good. Imagine that wall behind you. Second time, we'll use the wall if you want as an option. So you can really feel that stretch, right? One more breath here in triangle. Guys look great. So inhale, push back into the back foot. Pull yourself up. Exhale, let's go ahead and cartwheel those hands down. Let's find a nice low lunge here. Again, working through those hips. So hands to the floor. You notice my hands are off the floor a little bit. My hips are still a little tight. So I'm still working through them this morning. And then go ahead and step back, step down dog. Inhale, let's find a nice strong plank. So our first one of this class, shoulders are stacked on top of those wrists. You're gonna go and tuck your hips under. Make sure you're really pulling in all those core muscles. Keep your neck long. Exhale, knees and then chest. Lowers. Inhale, we lift. There's that baby cobra. Exhale, retuck the toes. Down dog. And hold your down dog. We'll just get ready to do the same thing on the other side. Getting nice and warm. Okay, so one more breath in that down dog. And then inhale, bend those knees. Exhale, walk or hop. Maybe ready to hop or jump to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, reach those arms up, big deep breath. Maybe you lean back a little bit here, palms come together, and exhale. All right, let's keep it moving. Inhale, lift. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, there's that halfway lift again. Remember, pressing through those hips, squeezing those shoulder blades together, and exhale, lower. Chair pose, big toes, knees together. Inhale, hips drop. Exhale, arms lift up. Perfect. So arms straight, maybe bent elbow and cactus, or maybe palms together at your chest. And hold this chair pose. We are going to love this pose after class. We're gonna be loving it. You guys look great. Perfect. Now, make sure your hips are dropping, guys, but your chest is still up, right? I wanna see you smile. Everyone smile. Good. One more breath. Nice. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, a little extra challenge. We just step right back to that warrior one with our left foot. Interlace your fingers and hold. So back leg is straight, front leg is bent. Interlacing those fingers, keeping our thumb and our pointer finger extended. Remembering those options, taking them when and if you need to. Remember, tuck those hips under, core is nice and strong. One more breath, inhale, straighten that leg. Exhale, let those arms come down. Triangle on the other side. Inhale, reach, hips go opposite direction. Exhale. First, it's that side crunch. Once you're there, then start to twist open through your core, your shoulder, your chest. And as you exhale, maybe you lower down an inch each time. Take your gaze up at that hand, stack your wrist on top of your shoulder. Imagine you are falling back into a wall behind you. Can we straighten those legs a little bit more? One more breath. Push into that back foot. As you slowly pull yourself up, inhale, use those core muscles. Exhale, let's cartwheel our hands down. Perfect. Back heel pops off the floor. We stay low in this lunge. Now on this side, I can go all the way down. And you might find that with your body as well. Maybe one side's a little looser than the other. That's perfectly okay. One more breath. Go ahead and step it on back. Let's find that down dog. So again, you can slow this down. You can speed this up. We are now getting warm. Inhale. We find that plank. Neck long. Almost like you're blasting off the mat, right? You're on those tippy toes, and then exhale, knees and chest. Keep that nice straight body as you lower. Inhale, we lift, and exhale, tuck the toes. Hold your down dog. So every time we come to the mat, we do go through that sequence, and you have the option of finding a child's pose, or maybe adding an extra chaturanga push-up, so whatever you'd like. One more breath in down dog. We're gonna add on a couple layers. So inhale, we bend those knees, we look in between the hands, we walk or jump to the top of that mat again. And forward fold, take a breath. Inhale, reach those arms up. Palms come together, and exhale. Let's lower. Okay, how we doing? Thumbs up? We're okay, we're cool. Any questions, type in the chat box. I'll come take a look. All right, let's move on. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Nice, strong, flat back here. And then exhale, lower. Chair pose. Toes, knees together, drop those hips. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hold. Perfect. Hold this here. Maybe get a little bit lower. We're going to add a twist this time. So a little extra challenge. So now everyone's going to bring those palms together. Take them to heart center. Okay. Take a big deep breath. Inhale. And as we exhale, let's go ahead and twist to our right. Twist to the right. So it can be just a small twist like I'm doing here. If you want a little more, get a little lower and maybe sort of anchor your elbow onto that knee. Now look down though at your knees and toes. Make sure they're in line with one another. If one is a little further forward, you gotta adjust those hips. Knees together, make sure one isn't further forward than the other, right? Adjust your hips if you're finding that. One more breath, big twist, guys. Woo, inhale, up, interlace those fingers. Exhale, step it right back to warrior one. So that was one layer, we added a twist. Hold this here. Next layer, inhale, those arms come down. Exhale, let's squeeze our shoulder blades together. Maybe your hands interlace. Inhale, we look up, we lift up, just like that back bending cactus we did earlier. And then exhale, let's find humble warrior. So dropping your chest to that thigh. Your hands don't have to be interlaced. I just really want you to focus on squeezing your shoulder blades together. So we're trying to get our chest down to our thigh. Relax the head. Maybe the top of the head comes close to the floor. Let it all go here. This one's tricky. One more breath. Press into that back foot. Inhale, slowly lifts us up. Woo, exhale, we're gonna straighten that leg. Arms come out, triangle. So if you have a wall, I want you to try a triangle up against the wall this time. I didn't mention the beginning, I apologize. But if you have a wall, come a few inches away from the wall. And if you don't, just stay on your space, okay? So inhale forward, exhale, find that triangle pose. Now what you're gonna do is rotate with that back arm. I want you to try to make contact, woo, with the wall. So try to bring your hips, your back, maybe your fingertips. This is my tighter side, so this is a little bit harder. But hold on to that for a couple of breaths so that you can use the wall to feel really how open you should be and how much rotation there really is in that triangle. So one more breath wherever you're at. And then inhale, push into that back foot. Woo, exhale, let's cartwheel it down. Awesome. So if you were against the wall, come back to your mat. Okay, so let's find this nice low lunge. We're gonna add one more layer here. This is tricky. I want you to rock forward and back 3 times. One more time. And we're gonna push off that back foot and just balance for about 2 breaths. You're just gonna lift that foot up, maybe just for another breath, that back foot, and then you're gonna step it right back. That's all we're doing. Now step back, down dog. So obviously you probably figure we're gonna be doing a balance pose. That will be coming up. So inhale forward to that plank. We're just getting ready, we're prepping for it. Exhale, knees and chest, or you can go through that full version, right? Where you don't lower the knees, inhale, lift, and exhale, and just sort of hover if you'd like. So hold this nice down dog, find a child's pose, same thing other side. And then our third round, we add our final layer. So we're on layer number 2. And you can stick to this layer number 1 and just repeat what we've done before if you'd like. Inhale, we bend those knees. Exhale, walk, hop or jump, forward fold. Inhale, reaches us up, palms come together. Maybe we lean back a little bit there. Exhale, hands down. Other side, here we go. Inhale up, and then I'll give you a little break if you need it. Exhale, lower. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back. Your gaze is up, ahead of your mat. And then exhale, lower. Toes, knees together, hips drop. Inhale, reaches those arms up. Chair pose. Exhale, hold. So hold this for a few breaths. So remember that the layer here is going to be that twist in about 2 breaths. So this time we're going to twist over to the left side. So everyone bring those palms together. Keep your hips low. We tend to lift up when we get ready for a twist. Keep them low. Big inhale, big exhale twist from the waist. Now don't worry about having to thinking that you have to hook your elbow, you've got to get in this crazy position. Don't worry about that. If you can get there easily, then go ahead and do it. I'm right here, so you can join me right here. Because this is a twist, rotation. If your shoulders, your back are tight, this is going to be hard. So let's hold it for 2 more breaths. Let me just make sure your hips are low. Good, hips a little lower, Kishwar, you got it. Big twist, guys. There we go. Awesome. Ooh, you guys look good. And then inhale, come forward, nice and tall. Exhale, step it on back. Left foot, warrior 1. Interlace those fingers right away. You guys look great. So big breath here. Ooh, I'm falling all over the place this morning. Tuck those hips under. So here's our layer, second layer here. Inhale, those arms come down. Exhale, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Inhale, maybe you interlace your hands behind you. We lift up and exhale. We bow down. We let go of anything that is pulling us down, anything negative. Let it go here. With every exhale, getting a little bit lower in that humble warrior. Remember, pulling your shoulder blades together, maybe interlacing those hands. Relax the head. Push into that back foot as much as your front. We don't want all the weight on that front foot. One more breath. Inhale, now push into that back foot. Legs are straight. Exhale, those arms come out. So if you have that spot against the wall, we're going to come to it just one more time on this side. If you don't, stay in the center of your mat or wherever your practice is this morning. So inhale forward. Remember, hips go in the opposite direction. Exhale, triangle. So again, you're stacking that shoulder on top of your wrist. You're leaning back into that wall. We're going to hold for a couple of breaths. So I'm showing you here, I'm sort of leaning back, so I'm getting a lot more length. Woo, I'm feeling a really big stretch and rotation. So hold that for 2 more breaths. Last one, big stretch, guys. Inhale, push into that back foot. Woo, exhale, let's cartwheel it down. Turn this nice lunge. Remember, we're gonna rock back and forth 3 times. So we go inhale forward, exhale back, inhale forward, exhale back. Last one, and then go ahead and push off that back foot. Just for 2 breaths, little balance on that foot, and then go ahead and step it right back to that lunge. Just a little prep, step it on back. Down dog, you guys look great. Inhale forward, or maybe a child's pose. Exhale, knees and chest. Or that full chaturanga. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down dog, hold it. If you want to make this a little more of a power practice, you can go through that twice and maybe speed it up. And if you need it a little less, take out a couple of those layers. So one more time, one more layer. Inhale, bend those knees. Exhale, walk or jump. Come to the top, forward fold. You guys are doing excellent. Inhale, reach up. Big deep breath, maybe lean back here, palms come together. And exhale. Okay, this would be a great time to grab a sip of water if you have it. Everyone doing okay? Thumbs up. We're good. All right, so we're gonna keep going. If you need to slow down, slow it down. I'm gonna try for sort of a moderate pace. So faster or slower if you need to. So inhale, reach up. Join us whenever you're ready. After that sip of water, exhale, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Big stretch. Exhale, lower. So toes, knees together, hip strap. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, hold. Hold that chair pose. So we're gonna do those twists. Our next layer is gonna be a balance challenge. So everyone bring those palms together towards your chest. We did this last week, okay? We're going to lift that right leg off the floor and we're gonna hold it for a couple of breaths. So we're gonna hold it and balance on our left foot. So lift it up and hold it. We're gonna step it back in 3, 2, 1, step it back. Warrior 1, reach those arms up, inhale and exhale. Perfect. Interlace those fingers. Warrior 1, hold it here. Inhale, take those arms down. Exhale, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Inhale, lift up. Humble warrior 1 last time. Exhale, lower. So maybe get a little bit lower. Nothing extra here, but just going a little bit faster, maybe getting a little bit deeper into the stretch. One more breath. Inhale, we lift all the way up. Exhale, straighten that leg. Triangle pose. So inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. Lift that top arm up. Hold this here. So your extra layer, if you want it, is going to be lifting that bottom arm away from your leg. Really using that core. Maybe you reach those arms sort of in a circle or half moon position. You reach them out. So really using that core, So one more breath. And then inhale, push into that back foot. Exhale, we finally find a warrior two. So shoulders down, arms straight, hips tucked under, front leg bent, back leg nice and straight. Inhale, we flip that palm. Exhale, peaceful warrior for the first time. So big side bend, looking up at that hand. And then inhale, we bring it back. Exhale, hold. So big challenge coming up. Take that back heel off the floor, face the front, come into this high crescent lunge. Inhale, exhale, palms come together. So we did this in the very beginning, but our knee was on the floor. So if you can, keep it up, high crescent lunge. Hold this right here. Okay, so we're gonna get ready for a balance. So inhale, we're gonna lower that chest to the thigh. Exhale, we're gonna push off that back foot, just like we did in that rocker prep. And you're gonna find a warrior three. So balancing on this left leg, kicking that opposite leg out. So maybe holding onto a wall. We're gonna be here for a couple of breaths. So take your time. If you fall out of it, shake it out, get back into it. I want you to flex your foot and bring your heel up towards the ceiling. Can you straighten that back leg out and get it super straight? Extra challenge, extend those arms out in front of you. Maybe extend them back behind you, like you're flying, hold it. Couple more breaths. Ooh, you guys look so good. Tuck those hips under, use your core. Keep your chest lifted, one more breath. And then inhale, we come back to that high lunge. Reach those arms up, inhale. Exhale, take those hands down, awesome job. Press back, down dog, or maybe a child's pose. Good job, guys. Inhale forward to that nice high plank. Exhale, knees and chest. Lower, inhale, lift. Exhale, tuck the toes. Down and back, hold that down dog or child's pose. So one last time on the other side. We're almost done. You guys are doing great. One more breath, down dog. Inhale, bend those knees. Exhale, walk or jump. Forward fold. Inhale, reach those arms up. Palms come together. Exhale, we lower last time. Inhale up. Exhale, float it down. Inhale, halfway lift. So that balance, this is where this flat back comes into play when we're balancing. Exhale, lower. Toes, knees together. Drop your hips, arms reach up, inhale. Exhale, chair pose. Hold it here. So that layer is adding that balance. Bring your palms together. Drop an inch lower, hands at your chest. Keeping the chest and head up. Pick that other foot off the floor. We're gonna hold it for a couple of breaths. It's gonna be that left foot before we step back into warrior one. Hold it for 4, 3, 2, step right back, warrior one. Reach those arms up, inhale, interlace your fingers, exhale. Hold this here, guys. Get ready for that humble warrior. So inhale, arms come down. Exhale, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Inhale, lift, exhale, let it go. So now start to really flow through the poses. Reach those arms up, one more breath. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, we find triangle pose. Arms extend, inhale, and then exhale. So maybe getting into this a little bit faster, stacking that wrist, extra challenge, take that hand away from your leg. Maybe you extend those arms out, really using those core muscles. Woo, one more breath, guys. Inhale, push into that back foot. Exhale, we find warrior two. Open up through that hip, then the knee, then the ankle. Shoulders away from your ears, tuck those hips under. And then inhale, flip that palm. Exhale, take it back, reverse your warrior. Take your gaze up at that hand. Big, big side stretch. Inhale, come back to warrior two. Exhale, hold. Take that back heel off the floor. Rotate around, find a nice high lunge. Arms up, inhale. Palms come together. Exhale, high lunge. Let's try to keep our back leg nice and straight. We're gonna get ready to balance on this foot. So inhale, that chest lowers. Exhale, push off that back foot, lift it up, lift away from the mat, and hold. So maybe using the wall, a bookshelf to get you nice and steady, and then bring your hands back to that prayer. So I want you to keep your back flat. We don't want those shoulders to round forward. Again, we're here for a few breaths, so shake it out, get back into it. Let me come check you guys out. Very nice. So remember, back leg as straight as you can get it. Nice, Joanne. Keep that head up. Well, you guys look great. Couple more breaths. Can we lift away from the mat? Lift up rather than falling into it. So lift up. Find one more breath here. And then go ahead and step back into that lunge. Inhale, take those hands down. Exhale, step it back. Awesome, awesome. Down dog, inhale forward, this is your last one. Exhale, we lower. Inhale, we lift up. Baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. 2 more breaths in that down dog, or maybe you're ready for that child's pose. 1 more breath. And then everyone brings those knees down. So close in or out to the side, whichever version you prefer, and then press those hips back into those heels. Take a few deep breaths. You guys were great. We are going to stretch it out for the last couple of minutes here. Slowly walk those hands back up to your knees. Okay, so we're gonna start with thread the needle. So we're gonna come to a tabletop position. So this one's really good for your shoulders and upper body. It's another kind of twist with the upper body. So knees are right under those hips. We'll start with that left arm. Inhale, we reach it up. Exhale, thread the needle. So let that arm come through. You're going to lower to your chin or your cheek, your shoulder, but keep your hips up. Now the opposite arm, you can just keep it right here. Maybe you reach it around to open up that side. So whatever you'd like. Imagine me sort of pulling your arm through here. And this thread the needle. 1 more breath. Let's gently press those hips back and then take our hand back up to the top. So same thing, other side. Inhale, we reach that right arm up, and then exhale, we thread the needle. So keep your hips up. You lower down to your shoulder, your cheek, your ear. Hold it here. One more breath. And then gently press those hips back and slowly come on up. All right, let's make our way down onto our back for a couple of spinal twists down there. So nice and easy. Just gonna lower yourself down. We'll start by hugging those knees into the chest. Nice and easy here. This feels good on the back. Drawing circles here, wiggling your toes. So let's go ahead and hug that right knee into our chest. Allow your left leg to extend out and rest on the floor. So right knee in. Let's go ahead and bring it across the body for that twist. And we're going to extend that opposite arm out to the side and look over that right arm and shoulder. So knee is in one direction, shoulder and our gaze is in the other. Spinal twist. And then slowly come back up to the center. Let's do the other side so you can shake it out, windshield wiper. And then we pull our left knee into that chest. Right leg is long. Reach it across the body. Knee is in one direction, arm and our gaze is in the opposite. Spinal twist. Take a few breaths. And then slowly come back to the center. Bring those feet onto the floor. Go ahead and just windshield wiper them from side to side. So I want to finish in sort of a crescent moon position shape that we're going to make with our body. So we've done this before, but it's been a while. You're going to start with those arms overhead, legs straight out, and we're just going to essentially make a crescent moon shape with our body. So we'll go to the left side first. So keeping your shoulders and hips on the floor, start to gently just walk your feet over to that left side and only going as far as you can. And then start to move your arms and turn your head a little bit. So that you're making like the letter C with your body or that crescent moon shape. And you should feel that side stretch in the right side body. And you can have your arms down by your side if that bothers your shoulders, but still sort of moving to the side with your upper body. And then slowly inhale, walk your hands, your feet back to the center. And now we just go in the opposite direction. Just walk it over. So over to that right side. So hold that there. Perfect. So just like we would do it standing, same thing on our back. So one more breath in that direction. Then you're going to slowly bring your feet, your arms back to the center. And we're going to find a nice relaxation pose just for the last minute or two of class. So if you want to end in some sort of inversion, feel free to find a bridge here, or maybe plow or wheelbarrow if you practice yoga regularly. So whatever you like, or maybe you find one final stretch that you really like that we did not do today in class. And then when you're ready, just close your eyes and just be in this space without any judgment. Without any thoughts other than your breathing, your inhales and your exhales. Allow your body to melt into the mat, the floor beneath you. Allow your body to feel heavy and relaxed. With your eyes still closed, gently move your head from side to side. Wiggle your fingers and toes again. Gently draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself one last hug. Tell yourself how awesome you are. And with your eyes still closed, your last and final challenge, you're going to come up to a seated position. Eyes closed the whole time, whatever is comfortable for you. Eyes still closed. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. One last deep breath together. As we exhale, we bring those palms together. We lower them down to heart center. We bow our heads. Thank yourselves for making the time to do something for you and for your body this Friday morning. Take our hands to our forehead and say namaste to one another. Now you can open your eyes. Great job, you guys. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you are feeling a little bit better. I hope you're ready for Halloween tomorrow. I've got my witch's brew.
Thanks, Ellen.
You're welcome, Kishwar.
See you at 12.
Yeah, see you at 12. Great job, guys. Thanks so
Thank you.
much.
Bye-bye.